Okay, well, so hopefully I can pull this live stream off. This is going to be a little bit difficult for me and very technical, but I hope this provides value for you. So this live stream today, I'm going to be going over a sort of hypothetical case study on using AI to make money. So hello everybody, my name is Sam. I'm from the United States. I teach English online, but I'm also very interested in artificial intelligence and ways of using artificial intelligence to make money. So today I'm going to show you how I would go about trying to make a business using AI with Google Maps, right? Today I've chosen a very specific niche, right? I wanted to choose something very specific and not just like, oh, let's make money. Like how exactly are we going to make money and where are we going to do it? So because so many of my followers are from Indonesia, I chose the city Jakarta, okay? It's the most populous city in the world. There's 20 million people in Jakarta. It is a massive city. So that means there are lots of businesses. So I want to sell a service to a business, and I'm going to use AI to make this service. So what exactly am I going to sell to these businesses? What I'm going to do is I'm going to research a specific type of business. I'm going to look at probably 11 different ones, and I'm going to make a report about that business by taking information from Google Maps. Okay, like reviews and all sorts of stuff like that. We'll get into this. So if you don't understand what I'm talking about, please stay with me because I'm going to explain all of it in greater detail. I'm also going to provide a recording of this lesson if you want to watch it again later, perhaps even with subtitles if you're having a hard time understanding me. I will try not to speak too quickly. So the business that I've chosen to try to sell to is permanent makeup studios. So what is a permanent makeup studio? You know how nowadays many women often get their eyebrows tattooed, right? This is very common all over the world. In America, in Vietnam, in Indonesia, probably everywhere, women often get their eyebrows tattooed on. So there are stores, there are shops that specialize in this, right? Small businesses where their specialty is that they tattoo eyebrows on women, or men, I suppose, if they want. So these are permanent makeup studios, and I want to sell them the service of researching their competitors and giving them weekly reports, right? So I've come up with this guide. It's sort of like an ebook, right? Here's the cover, right? This is a full guide and case study that I'm going to go over in this live stream recording, this live stream which I am recording. So, one more time, just to get you guys up to speed. Welcome to my live stream. My name is Sam. I'm from the United States. I teach English online, but today I'm doing a webinar on like how to start an AI business. So you can watch this whole thing and take this information and do with it what you will. If you want to access this entire guide, you can do it two ways, right? You can check the link in my bio. You can either join the school, which is a pretty cool platform. It's an online community, or you can join the Daily English Club, right? Either one. They're both basically the same price, I think. Gumroad might be cheaper for you, the Daily English Club, but they both have the same stuff, right? So if you want this guide, please message me or click the link in my bio and I'll get you in. You can access this document, lots of other documents, and the video for it. Okay, one more time. This webinar today is going to be how to use AI and Google Maps to research competitors and sell weekly reports to permanent makeup studios in Jakarta, Indonesia. Okay, I'll be going into depth and I will be showing you exactly how I would do this right now. Okay, so let's just go over it real quick. We'll go through the whole thing very quickly, and then I'll actually do it so you can see. Okay, so if you still don't understand what I'm doing, please just stay with me because I'm going to explain everything. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. So first of all, here we go. Step by step, Google Maps analysis using AI, right? This is for free, right? You can access these AIs for free or by spending a little bit of money if you want to do it even better. Number one, find the shops. This is super simple, right? We're going to go onto Google Maps. Everybody knows Google Maps, right? We're going to search, well, what I'm going to search is going to be permanent makeup Senopati. I guess Senopati is a part of Jakarta. I'm sure there's some Indonesian people here. If somebody would comment, Senopati is a part of Jakarta, right? Anyway, that's what I'm going to search in Google Maps here in a few minutes. So then I'm going to zoom into South Jakarta and save the top. I'm probably going to choose 11 studios. Right? I'm going to get the link from Google Maps. So that's the first step, find the shops, right? And this doesn't have to be permanent makeup, right? You could choose any kind of business. You could choose cafes, you could choose stores that sell pets, right? Stores that sell goldfish, or lawyers, or any kind of business, right? But the business that I've chosen today, very specifically, is permanent makeup, right? So we're gonna find permanent makeup shops in a certain part of Jakarta. But we could be doing this for bookstores in New York City or cafes in Berlin, right? It doesn't really matter where it is. Just choose a place that you think you should focus on. I've chosen Jakarta and permanent makeup, right? Be very specific. So we're going to extract data from each listing, right? So I'm going to use Gemini to do that. We could use Claude, I suppose. I'm going to get rid of Claude. Let's just say Gemini. Why Gemini? Well, Gemini is a Google product, right? So Gemini will be very, it will work very well with Google Maps, right? Because they're part of the same company. So here's the prompt, right? This is the first prompt. You can screenshot this if you want, save this for later, try it yourself. But this is the prompt that I'm going to use, right? So I've already gone to Google Maps. I've gotten the link to the shop that I want to analyze, right? I'm going to use this prompt to get the basic analysis. So that's basically step one as far as AI goes. But then after I get that report, I'm going to do a deep analysis, right? This is the valuable part. Let's just say we'll use Claude, right? Claude is best for this. You can use Claude AI it's possible to use it for free. I don't pay to use Claude, right? I use all this stuff for free. So use this powerful prompt with Claude. Here is the advanced analysis prompt, right? Here's the whole thing. I'm going to say to Claude, you are a professional business intelligence analyst. Here is the data from several permanent makeup studios in Jakarta, right? I'm going to paste the data that I got from Gemini earlier, right? I'm going from one AI to a different AI, right? I'm going from Gemini to Claude, right? Are you guys following? I hope so. So this is the prompt. Feel free to screenshot this right now if you want to use this prompt. Okay, so that's how we're going to get the advanced analysis on the business, right? Essentially, that's the thing that we're eventually going to try to sell to them. Right, we'll then turn it into a nice PDF using Canva. So we'll have a report that shows one shop, one business, how they compare to other businesses like their own. Does that make sense? So in Jakarta, there are many permanent makeup businesses, very many, and they're all competing. They're all trying to get customers, right? They need more customers, and they would be willing to pay for help doing that, right? Okay, so the pitch, right? How am I going to approach these businesses to try to turn them into paying customers, right? So first of all, we will contact them, perhaps by email or perhaps by WhatsApp, right? We'll go onto Google Maps to get their WhatsApp number or whatever way we're going to contact them. And we will say, hello, I've prepared a free detailed analysis of your current Google Maps presence and reputation, right? So I've made a report about your business on Google Maps, right? We will show them this report, right, on their business. And then we will say, if you like the quality of this report, I can send you a full weekly report on your 10 closest competitors every Monday, right? So we're giving them lots of information about their business and the other businesses that do the same thing as them, their competitors, right? This will include new promotions, review trends, price changes, and specific recommendations you can use, right? Another thing about this is that when we approach these people, we will say that if they decide to work with us, with me, then I will not work with any of their competitors, and I'm only going to choose one. So that will entice them even more to want to work with us, right? I hope that this is making sense and that you're following. I know I'm going a bit quickly, and this is not my usual English learning live stream. Okay, so let's just go down, right? So this entire document can be accessed in the Daily English Club or the school, right? You can join either one and you can get all of this. I'm thinking about turning this into a regular thing, right? Because lots of people need to find new ways to make money online. And lots of people are wanting to know how to use AI to make money, right? And that's exactly what I'm talking about today. So there are the 50 steps here, right? 1 through 50 on exactly what you should do. I guess I'll read through these later. And then after that, there's this ebook that explains in more detail exactly what to do, how to do it, and the prompts and everything. But let me back up all the way to the beginning. So one more time, we're using AI and Google Maps to research competitors and sell weekly reports specifically to permanent makeup studios in Jakarta, right? I've chosen the place, I've chosen the type of business that I want to sell to, right? You could choose any city in the world, you could choose any kind of business. I just happen to have chosen Jakarta and permanent makeup studios. So now let's begin. Let's actually do this. Step 1, find the shops. So we need to go to Google Maps. Easy, right? Search, I'm just going to delete this. Search permanent makeup Senopati. I keep this nice and simple, nice and straightforward. So where is Google Maps? Here's Google Maps, permanent makeup Senopati. So now we have many businesses. Can you see this okay? Oh. Now, and here in Google Maps, right, we have lots and lots of businesses, right? Jakarta is a very, very big city. Oopsie daisy, where am I? So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract data, right? I'm going to use Gemini AI to extract the data from, from the Google Maps. So here's the prompt. I'm going to copy this prompt. Copy this prompt, and I'm going to go over to Gemini. Here's Gemini. Can you see my screen okay? Okay, so I'll paste the prompt. See, there's the prompt. But notice that in this prompt, I need to get the link for the business. So back in Google Maps, let's see. I'll click this first business. This one's called TGF Studio Brow Lash Nail. Click Share. Copy the link. You know what? I'm just going to tell it to do this all at once. These Google Maps businesses. I'll go down. And now I'm going to start pasting the business, the Google Maps links. So back to Google Maps, I'll close this one and I'll go to the next one. That was TGF Studio. Now let's get Mirror Mirror. Copy the link. I'm going back and forth between Gemini AI and Google Maps. I want to get, probably best to get 11 of these. Mirror Mirror Cinopati and Aesthetic Clinic. Share, right? This is kind of boring manual labor, but it's going to have some interesting results, I think. So there's 3. So Cinopati Aesthetic, Neura Studio, share, copy link, Google Gemini, that's 4. That was Neura Studio. What's after Neura Studio? Right, these are all similar businesses in a similar area in Jakarta. Right? And what I'm doing is I'm getting Gemini AI to give me an analysis, a structured summary. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get like 6 more. That was, what was it? Blink Beauty Clinic. What's after Blink? Glam Bar. Share. Copy link. Oh, it looks like, okay. So I've reached the end of the list. So that's all of the businesses in this area. Okay, very good. So I guess it wasn't 11 after all. It was how many? How many do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different businesses. Okay, so using the prompt, right? This prompt, it's going to spit out the report that I want. Okay, still making it. Working. But it was 6 different businesses, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do, well, actually, I'm going to go back and get the other prompt. So what we did, we got the, we extracted the data. So now we have the data, but now we need some deep AI analysis, right? This is the valuable part. Again, we have this advanced analysis prompt. So I'm going to copy this prompt for AI, copy, but this time I'm not going to use Google Gemini. I'm going to go over to Claude. So here's Claude, paste the prompt, and here's where I paste the data. So I will delete this part here because this is where I'm going to put the data. Now I'll go back to Gemini. Here we are at Gemini. I'm going to copy all of this stuff, a lot of copy pasting. Right, this is all 6 businesses that do permanent makeup in a certain area of Jakarta, Indonesia. So I pasted all of that stuff into Claude, and I'll send it to Claude. It's probably going to take a few minutes. This is probably not going to happen very quickly. So while Claude is doing that, I'm going to go back to my Google Doc that has what I'm doing. So one more time, let's start again from the beginning. Right, what I'm talking about is how to use AI and Google Maps to research competitors and sell weekly reports to permanent makeup studios in Jakarta. Again, you can choose any business you want in any city you want. Right? I chose Jakarta and permanent makeup studios. So the step-by-step, step one was find the shops. We did that, right? We went to Google Maps. We typed in permanent makeup, Senopati, right? We zoomed in on Jakarta. Step two, we extracted key data, right? We used this prompt in Gemini using the links from Google Maps. And then we started the deep analysis, which is what Claude is doing right now. So let's see if Claude is finished. Claude is not finished, it's starting. Still making it. Okay, so we did that. Now create the client's own business report. Okay, so so let's have a look at this report that Claude has made us. So this is a competitor analysis for the South Jakarta beauty market. Right? We mapped 6 different studios. The average Google rating was 4.2. Average competition score, I guess that is 9. Okay, so here we have the market overview. Let's learn something about Jakarta. It's hard to read this. The Studio Clinic, TGF Studio, and Senopati. Weaknesses exploited. Sundays. So TGF is closed Sundays. These are the weaknesses of each of the different spas. There's a price comparison, common customer complaints, right? It looked into what people complain about at the various different studios. Opportunities for a new or existing studio. So these studios that work in permanent makeup, right, beauty stuff, things they could do to do better. Own Sunday PMU bookings, build the digital standard, organic review dominance. There's just different ways they can improve. So how do we read aloud? Wow, interesting. So I would copy this. I would paste in a new document. Didn't quite strange. I guess I copy it here, huh? Well, how we go about, we would use, we would send the report to one of those businesses, or perhaps all of them. We would just send them the report for their own business and say, hey, you know, this is an analysis of your business and how we think that you can improve your business, right? If you schedule a meeting with me on Google Meet, then I can provide you with the reports of your 10 or your 5 biggest competitors in the area so that you can do better business. You can make more money with your business, right? And then that's what they get, right? You've contacted them twice. Once was when you first reached out to them as cold outreach, right? You send them a message on WhatsApp, or you write them an email sending them the report for their business, and you say to them, hey, if you agree to meet me on Google Meet tomorrow or next week or whenever, I will give you a similar report for all of your competitors, right? So we would then have the Google Meet, and I would provide them with the documents, just like I said, and I would say, hey, if you sign a contract with me, I will provide these reports every week for you, right? Every Monday morning, I will send you the full competition report for your business and all of your competitors, right? And I will agree to not work with any of your competitors, right? That's a strong pitch. And you would say, for this service, I'm asking $130, right? So once you find a client who's willing to pay you $130 every month, you simply use AI to develop the reports just like I did a few minutes ago. Very simple. I did it in less than 20 minutes. Then you have your first client. Then you could move to a different part of Jakarta and do the same thing, or a completely different city and a completely different type of business. Anyway, that guide, I just went through it very quickly, less than half an hour. I hope this was useful to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me privately, and I would love to help you as much as I can. That's about all. Good luck to you in all of your business and money-making pursuits. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next live.